All right, so I just got back from running for my first time since I caught COVID, and I really got deep into some realizations, not only about my past, but about the way that I'm able to access past thoughts. Now, every time that I engage in a conscious action, whether it is physical, whether it is mental, it could be like that run that I just went on, whether it's reading, whether it's listening to an actively engaging podcast, whether it's having a deep conversation with somebody else, whenever I'm actively doing something with consciousness, I recognize that I create a pathway into my subconscious. So during that run, I was listening to a podcast from Jordan Peterson, and he just mentioned something real light about his childhood friend who eventually ended up committing suicide. Now, right when he said that, for some reason within my subconscious, I remembered this one kid I went to middle school with that ended up going out into a forest and hanging himself and committed suicide because of a girl that ended up not wanting to be with him. Now, the reason why I think that thought is relevant is because around that time of my life, there was a lot of transitions. And then eventually I did end up finding somebody that, hung himself in the closet that ended up causing one of many traumas within my life. But what I'm realizing is during that year, that 8th grade year, I had some other traumatic instances, and it just made me dive a little deeper down that subconscious rabbit hole. Now, the cool thing about your subconscious is that there's so much there, but you have to create that pathway or that openness to unlock your memories. So action, whether it's physical, like I said, mental, emotional, it could be something within spiritual. Maybe you're doing something religious or something that you find that helps you access that pathway. But we have to open the door to our subconscious in order to unlock those memories, especially if you're someone like myself that's going down a path towards unlocking past memories so then I can open up my potential future. I'm personally writing an autobiography about myself and creating this timeline that's allowing me to, acknowledge and then, work through these past traumas and memories. If you're someone like myself, I highly encourage you to find actions that allow you to unlock those doors. So for me, the reason why I keep mentioning, obviously, fitness is because it allows me to go there, especially when I go on runs and it becomes meditative, or whether it's weightlifting or yoga specifically, breath work, meditation, any form of mindfulness. Now, I highly encourage you to also engage in activities like the ones that I just mentioned, but in a way that allows you to stay present. The presence of consciousness allows you to access the subconscious and that which you think you don't remember, even when you were technically unconscious. There are still memories deeply embedded in your genetic code. So be open and willing to access those pathways if you want that. You have to be willing to receive the memories or the thoughts or the things that you have possibly suppressed. You have to be willing to embrace the potential deep, dark emotions that may come with that. And if you don't know if you're ready for that, then, maybe consult a professional. But it's really important to recognize how to access those. And once you can access those, you realize that you can get to those memories, those thoughts, whenever you want. And once you get there, then you can start to unlock parts of yourself or, pain, or maybe it's subconscious self-sabotaging actions that you don't realize you're doing. You'll be able to start to go into that depth of subconscious, and then you can start to address those actions that are actually hurting you instead of helping you. I hope this helps. Give it a shot. Let me know if you start to find ways into your subconscious, or if you already know of ways that are successful for you. Holler at me. Let me know what those are, and I'll keep enlightening you as I become more enlightened.